Hannah and I met through a mutual friend named Catherine.
She was going to meet up with some of her old roommates from freshman year, and she invited me to come.
And for some reason I was invited, and Hannah was also invited. We don't really know why, but now we do. When I first saw her, I thought she was gorgeous.
So I saw him and we chatted a little bit. I got to know a couple details about his life, and then I didn't think anything was going to come from it. And later that night, he Facebook messaged me, and we both speak Spanish, so he's like, hey, we should speak Spanish sometime. I was like, okay, that's fine, I can practice.
From there, we just started to hang out a little bit, and I found out she was my neighbor. She lived right across the street from me. So I started to go over there, and I was always over there. And any chance I got, I was hanging out with her.
And at the time, I was kind of dating around a lot, so I was like, I don't really want a relationship or anything. So I told him that. I was like, hey Derek, let's just be friends.
She friend-zoned me. Hardcore. Just told me after the second date, I want to be just friends. And I was devastated. But she told me, I don't want to lose this friendship that we have. So I knew there was something there, and I thought there was a glimmer of hope.
So we started hanging out a lot more, just as friends, and so there's no pressure, and we got to know each other really well.
One thing led to another, and it was on my birthday actually that we decided to go ice skating. And that night was the night we fell in love, because I held her hand while we were ice skating, and while we were holding hands, she fell down. I ran over her hand with my ice skate, and we had to take her to the hospital, and she got stitches that night.
When I first started to realize how much he actually meant to me was probably that night he ran over my hand ice skating, and we had to go to the ER to get stitches. I just looked at him and I was like, you are great, even though you just ran over my hand and I had to get stitches. He was really fun to be with at the hospital, and he really just helped me feel calm, and it was a really special, interesting night.
I feel like in that moment, we realized that there was something there, more than just friends. And so we started hanging out a little bit more, and I asked her out on a date.
To the ballet, because I love ballet, and so he took me there, and that was an amazing date, and that was the first time he kissed me.
And that's when we really started dating, again, after the friend zone. About a week after meeting Hannah, I actually invited her to go with me to my award reunion that I was having.
But he invited me to go as his fake fiance. I said yes because I thought it would be funny.
We got a ring, a fake ring, and got there and told everybody that we were engaged, and everybody believed us, even though I had just gotten barely off of the mission. And everybody was really excited for us.
Little did I know that we would be engaged just a few short months later, and now that's a really funny memory for us to look back on.
So Hannah and I had sort of looked at different rings. She had shown me on Etsy and Pinterest all the different ring styles she wanted, and we actually went to a ring shop to go check out the styles.
I was super excited to get engaged. We both knew that we wanted to marry each other, so I was like, okay, next step, engagement, let's do this.
And kept asking me like when I was going to propose and everything, and I kept telling her that it probably wouldn't happen for a while and I wasn't going to do it, all lying through my teeth because I knew that I was going to do it soon. And so the ring finally showed up. I remember I was with Hannah that day, and my roommate got the package, sent me a picture of the package, and I was with Hannah, and I was like, oh, tried to hide my phone so that she wouldn't see.
It was towards the end of the semester, so he was studying and getting ready for finals and stuff. So in my head, I was thinking, okay, we're going to have to wait till the end of the semester before we get engaged because it'll be a lot of pressure and everything.
I went up into the mountains, into a place where it overlooked the whole city. And I set out a blanket and a picnic basket and the chalkboard that said, dancing in the moonlight and into the eternities.
My roommates asked if I wanted to do a roommate photo shoot, and I was like, yeah, of course, it's the end of the semester, it'll be fun. And I had no idea. I had no idea that they were all lying to me and that Derek was really going to propose. My roommates took me up to a mountain, and I was in heels, and my roommate kept going higher and higher up the mountain, and I was like, why are we going so high? Like, we don't need to. These pictures are going to be fine here.
And I was already up there, and I was lying to her the whole time. I told her that I was at a meeting, and I told her that I was doing all sorts of different things so that she wouldn't be asking where I was. And I was up there waiting for her, and her roommates took her up there, and she didn't even notice me at first, but when she finally did,
my heart just stopped, and I kind of had no idea what was going on. And I just looked at him, and then I got it. Then I realized what was going on, so I walked over to him, and
she was super surprised, and so I was super excited that I was able to surprise her because that's one of the things that I wanted to do.
He had a beautiful setup with lights and a blanket and a little picnic basket.
I got down on one knee, I just told her how much I loved her, and I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And I was so excited. I had my buddy like 40 feet away, stealth mode with a telephoto lens, and he was able to snap pictures, and we were able to be up there pretty much by ourselves and watch the sunset. It was a great time.
I love Derek because he loves me for exactly who I am. He is the only person that thinks I'm weird. He knows all my flaws and all my quirks, and he still loves me for them.
I love Hannah because she's the most amazing girl that I've ever met. From the day that I met her, I knew that there was something special about her.
He's so caring and thoughtful, and he puts other people before himself, and I know he'll do that for me always and for our family. And I'm so excited to marry him and start this next adventure with him.
She's so fun, she's so loving, she cares about me, and we're just gonna have the greatest life together. I'm so excited for this life and for all eternity to be with her.
I'm really excited to take this next step with him, and well, I love you so much, Derek.
And I love you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get married. It's gonna be so fun. I know that we're gonna have the best life together.